Hi, Stars fans. Welcome to an episode of the Mighty Melbourne Stars podcast. I'm Heath McDonald, aka Mighty Melbourne Stars, and I am joined by.
Hey guys, Jacob here from Melbourne Stars News. Pleased to be back for another preview, this time against our rivals, the Melbourne Renegades. First derby of the year, playing for the Melbourne Mace now in front of 60,000 plus at the MCG for our first home game back in 2026. It's no doubt going to be a huge game, so make sure you guys get your tickets if you haven't already. But looking forward to previewing this one with you, Heath.
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait. So the form guide going into it. Obviously, we are 4-1. Received our first loss last night. The Melbourne Renegades, they are second last, and they are 1-4, or 1-5 this year. What do you make of the Renegades season so far, and what can you expect the Renegades to do against us, because they want to get up for this match as it's the derby?
Yep. No, it's going to be a huge game. No doubt both teams searching for a bounce back. Stars obviously in the better position, being on the top of the ladder and, kind of being more comfortable. But what I've noticed from the Renegades season is pretty underwhelming. I think they made some crucial signings throughout the off-season that I thought was going to really benefit them, but they just haven't been able to convert. They've had a bit of actually, no, they haven't had too much availability issues. They have their internationals there. They don't really have too many injuries. They kind of don't have too many excuses, the old Renegades, as to why they're not winning. They simply haven't been performing. They recently played the Sydney Sixers, obviously back at Marvel with the roof open. That was a great game, but once again the Sixers rolled on top of them quite comfortably. So yeah, I've just kind of noticed a very underwhelming and inconsistent start to the season for the Renegades, and hopefully we can capitalise on that, especially at the MCG.
Yeah, definitely. That brings me to a next point. Who out of the Renegades do we need to look out for that we can capitalize on in getting out? Because they've got heaps of batters. Obviously, they've got Seifert and Josh Brown and Fraser McGurk. But who are your key players that we need to watch out for?
Well, look, they get off to real good starts a lot of the time, the Melbourne Renegades, Josh Brown, Jake Fraser McGurk, those guys. But they tend to throw their wicket away quite quickly, and they never really go for a really big score, or at least as of recent. So my main man would be Tim Seifert, up opening at the top of the order. He's the danger man, I think, in terms of batting. He's probably just the most consistent and the most conserved batter who will actually be tricky to get out. And from a bowling perspective, Adam Zampa, I think, is their best bowler. He had a great night at Ninja Stadium the night before. Took 3 for 15 off 4 overs. So he'd be the person I'm looking out for the most. And just because he knows the MCG so well, he's taken almost 100 wickets there for the Melbourne Stars. So he would be the person I'd be looking out for. I think AJ Ty, guys like that, are just a bit inconsistent. So, yeah, I mean, there's not really too many other people apart from those guys. I mean, yeah, a lot of them have been inconsistent. So those would be the main two people I'd be looking out for. What do you think about that?
What was that? Sorry.
Who are your two main people that you'd look out for?
Probably Seifert and Fraser McGurk.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What else did you want to touch on?
So we've watched. It's basically the rivalry is taken to a level with the Melbourne Mace. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, it's an exciting time for the derby. Once, as I mentioned, 60,000 people there at least for the first one, and the rivalry means a lot to both clubs. And yeah, the Melbourne Mace just adds to it, fuel to the fire. So it's going to be awesome to see it. Hopefully, light it up green right after the match. And yeah, hopefully we continue to retain that. We have a good record against the Renegades as of recent. Haven't lost to them in a while, so we hope that continues.
Yeah, definitely. We haven't lost to them since they ended our finals chances, and we had to go play in Perth that season, and that wasn't good.
Yeah.
So obviously that's done. Anything more to say? Because we'll wrap it up and wait until we go and do the review against the Heat, which is not going to be a fun podcast.
Yep. So just based off the Heat game, would you be making any changes to the lineup heading into the Renegades game? Obviously, we're back at the MCG. Generally, spin-friendly pitch there. Long boundaries, and just based off our batters' form and bowlers' form, would you be making any changes to the lineup?
Just depends on the availability of players and who we want to go in and out.
Yeah, well, we have full availability from everyone. So, look, I'd be open to putting the international Sam Hain, who was sitting on the bench last night. I'd be open to putting him in for Tom Rogers. I don't think you can take Blake McDonald out after the knock that he just had.
No.
So that would be the only real swap that would be available. Obviously, we have pace depth, Liam Hatcher and Tom Whitney on the bench, but I can't see us taking out Siddle or Ralph or Curran, and it's not like we should anyway. A lot of people were very quick to jump the gun after Brisbane's game, which we'll review in a minute, as to those guys shouldn't be playing, but you look at the leaderboard of leading wicket takers and they're all up there and they're all the reasons why we've been winning games. So kind of got to ignore that. But yeah, we move on to a very quick turnaround. Already playing again tomorrow. Finally back at the MCG, which will give us such a boost. It really will. We've done so well away apart from last night. So being back there on a ground we know so well in front of our home fans with a big build-up, it should be great. And I really hope we destroy the Renegades.
Definitely. That's a strong statement. And let's make it, what is it, 15, 16, however many games against the Renegades?
Oh, I don't know if it's that many in a row. What, wins?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think we're quite there. I have to get up that stat. But yeah, let's just continue to continue to increase that streak because, yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but I know it's decent. But yeah, we'll keep trying to continue that. But I guess that wraps us up as we'll head to film the review of the Brisbane Heat game. So thank you all for listening to another episode of the Mighty Melbourne Stars podcast. We appreciate your support. This was obviously a very quick, short review. Probably wasn't to the standard that we prefer, but we have a very big in-depth review that we have to get through right now. So thank you all for listening, and go Stars.
Yeah, go Stars.
What are you doing?